First Alert Weather Center. Thanks for catching us either on YouTube or on Roku or on our website or on our apps. We've got a lot to talk about in regards to our weather. We've got a First Alert Weather Day that is in effect, and the freezing fog is pretty thick out there. Let's give you a live view from some of our sky cameras across the area. We've got 6 of them actually for you. Green Bay, Shawano, Appleton, Oshkosh, Sturgeon Bay, and Manitowoc. And as we look at those, you can see that it's not tremendously foggy in Sturgeon Bay and in Manitowoc, but in the Fox cities and Green Bay and Oshkosh, and at times it's like pea soup. And you know what? Our temperatures are mainly at and just below 30 degrees. And so this isn't just fog, it is freezing fog, which can reduce visibility if you're traveling and also create some icy stretches, primarily on roads that are not salted or not treated. So for the rest of the morning on this First Alert Weather Day, your severe weather outlook is in the low category. We'll watch to see if this is worthy of upgrading, but I think we probably will keep it low. Freezing fog will cause poor visibility and slick spots. It would be a good idea to allow for some extra travel time if you have to head on out over the next couple hours. And just be careful if you're walking on a sidewalk, a driveway, a parking lot. You might find some ice, and a lot of times that ice is transparent, so you don't even see it until you're stepping on it and you're losing contact, your foot slips, and we don't want anybody to have any accidents out there. So the National Weather Service continues a dense fog advisory for another about an hour and 20 minutes until 10 o'clock, and that's for the orange shaded counties on the map, Waushara, Wapaka, Shawano, Menominee counties, and to the east, to the Fox cities and into the lake shore. It is possible the Weather Service could extend this past 10 o'clock depending on how the fog behaves over the next couple hours. If it remains thick, it wouldn't be surprised if they extend it into the noon hour, but we'll see how this goes. It's obviously their call, it's their advisory, and we're happy to relay that to you to help keep you and your family safe. There's the visibility map. Wapaka and east, there's a lot of locations that are reporting visibility on either side of a quarter of a mile. Wapaka specifically has a visibility down to just a few hundred feet. That's that 0.0 there. Appleton, just a tenth of a mile. So, when you're driving, you really can't see very far in front of you. And sometimes, things come up very quickly. So you just kind of need to be on your toes when you're driving. Catherine Bracho was giving us a good example this morning in First Alert Traffic, where she was showing that on the Leo Frigo Bridge, there was a car that had stalled on the right shoulder. And, you really couldn't see it very well through the fog. So if you're driving in that situation, these items come up very quickly. And you just need to, be able to react. So if you can give yourself a lot of following distance as you're traveling this morning because of that fog, that's usually a good idea. And the temperatures are generally below the freezing mark. We're at 28 in Appleton, 29 in Fond du Lac, and it's 30 degrees in Sturgeon Bay. We probably won't be climbing above the freezing mark until around 10 a.m. So for the next couple hours, it will be foggy and it might be a little bit icy. That freezing fog will slowly fade away between now and about lunchtime. So we'll keep our First Alert Weather Day going. For the afternoon, clouds and some patchy sunshine. You'll have a better chance of seeing some sun the farther west you are. And for folks who are east towards the lakeshore, I don't really think you're going to see much sun at all today. It'll probably stay cloudy. We had a similar situation play out yesterday where it was staying cloudy in Green Bay, cloudy in the Fox cities, but then you went a few miles west of town and you managed to get into some sunshine. So today might be a similar situation. But in the Green Bay area, if we can get the sky to brighten up just a little bit later this afternoon, we'll get above 40 degrees. I think we'll see a high near 42. So here's First Alert Pinpoint Predictor, and we'll look at our sky conditions. Here we are looking at the clouds and the fog, 9 o'clock this morning, so it's about 20 minutes from now. And you can see over central Wisconsin, the cloud cover thins out. So in the midday, we should see partly sunny skies. Now, towards the Fox Valley, excuse me, there might be some sun that emerges this afternoon, but it looks kind of patchy. Clouds over top of Appleton at 4 o'clock, but then you go over towards, say, Seymour, and you got the sun trying to peek out through. So it just kind of depends. But if you go over towards the I-43 corridor into Kewaunee and Door counties, it's probably going to stay cloudy through this afternoon. And then the holes in the overcast skies will be filling in this evening. Tonight is looking mostly cloudy to overcast. We probably will have some more fog developing tonight into this time tomorrow morning, but I don't think it's going to be as thick, and nor do I think it's going to be as dense. The high temperatures today really just depended on the cloud cover, where the clouds stay pesky and hang in there all day. Along the lakeshore, highs will be mostly in the upper 30s. Farther west, where you get some sun across central Wisconsin, we could make it up to about the upper 40s out towards Wausau and Wautoma. High of 40 in Oshkosh. And in the north, you might see a little bit of peekaboo sun where highs get into the mid 40s. Now, the wind isn't overly strong today, but I really want to point out the wind direction. It's out of the south and southwest today, around 5 to 10 miles an hour. That wind is going to cause the temperature to slowly rise in the days ahead. Tomorrow, we're in the mid 40s, and then we could sneak into the low 50s and around Green Bay as we go into Thursday. Now, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, those 3 days will be in the ballpark of tying or breaking record high temperatures. The most likely day that we do it is actually tomorrow. Even though that 46 forecasted for tomorrow is not the warmest day ahead, the record is more beatable, if you will. It's easier to break a record of 45 as opposed to the 56 on Thursday. So record warmth is possible at times between now and the end of the week. And then a storm system comes on through Thursday and Friday, giving us some showers, maybe even a clap of thunder Thursday evening. And then behind it, temperatures will come back down. Still above average for this time of year, but in the upper half of the 30s for the weekend. Right now, fog and 29 degrees in Green Bay. We'll see a high of 42. Freezing fog and clouds giving way to some patchy afternoon sun. A milder than normal February day. Hard to believe it's February 6th, and this is the weather we've got. Tonight, mostly cloudy. Areas of fog, not as thick, but with a low near 32, there could be a couple icy spots. And here's the First Alert 7-day forecast. You can see that warming trend. Not a lot of sun ahead, a mostly cloudy sky the next few days. Now, as that storm system that's been pounding California with all that heavy rain and flooding, you know, we talk about the atmospheric river, if you will, a jet stream that's just waterlogged as it crashes into the Pacific, into the California coast. That storm system is eventually going to go over the Rockies and affect us, but our rainfall is going to be a lot lighter. So some scattered lighter showers late Thursday night. There might be a couple of claps of thunder, but we're not looking for anything severe there. A few showers on Friday. In case you're wondering, rainfall Thursday night and Friday, probably at and under 1/4 of an inch. And then behind the storm system, it cools down for the weekend. There could be a couple of flakes or a mix on Sunday, but I think the thing is that we're looking at highs for the start of the sturgeon spearing season in the mid to upper 30s, and that is still warmer than normal, still getting above the freezing mark. And I would be careful about ice flows. Now, ice flows are a little bit different than ice shoves, and Tammy Elliott was asking us about that on the morning show. Ice shoves, the wind is blowing the ice on land. Ice flows, you know, often are triggered by wind and warm weather, but, you know, the chunks of ice are moving out on the lake. And so Thursday, with a gusty south to southwest wind and highs in the low 50s, you know, I don't think it's a good day to be out on the ice. It might be very dangerous as chunks of ice break off and start moving around on Lake Winnebago and on the bay. So ice fishermen can get caught offshore. So please, I would keep off the water on Thursday. And then for the start of sturgeon spearing, on Saturday, it's a blustery west wind with gusts around 25 miles an hour. And even though it looks cooler, that wind could cause some ice flows as well. So that really just adds insult to injury onto what is going to probably be a lousy sturgeon spearing season. And gosh, I wish it was different, but with the thin ice that we've got going on, you know, and as unstable as it is, you know, I encourage people to play it super safe. I know some people are just going to bag it this year and probably not get involved with sturgeon spearing. I can't tell you what to do. You're a full-grown adult, but please consider everything before you make your decision whether to do any sturgeon spearing or not this season. And if you do decide to go out, do everything you can to take precautions to keep you and those who are with you safe. All right, I have to wrap things up because I've got some stuff to record, and then in about 10-15 minutes, we're going to be on TV again with Action 2 News mid-morning. We appreciate you catching this live stream to get your weather wherever you are because they're not always in front of the TV. We're happy to serve you wherever you go throughout your day. Thanks for joining us, and drive safely in that freezing fog over the next couple hours. Take care. Have a good day.